Well, the other big story of the afternoon, Florida's strict new abortion ban cannot go into effect. 7's Joe Rhodes has more on this from the Newsplex. Joe?
Well, Craig, you'll remember when the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade last week. They left it up to the states to decide. Well, a judge today finding Florida cannot ban abortions beyond 15 weeks, calling it unconstitutional.
House Bill 5 is unconstitutional in that it violates the privacy provision of the Florida Constitution.
A setback for Governor Ron DeSantis and pro-life advocates in the state of Florida. A judge Thursday temporarily blocking the bill Governor DeSantis signed in April that bans most abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. It had been scheduled to start Friday.
Florida passed into its Constitution an explicit right of privacy that is not contained in the U.S. Constitution.
This week, several groups, including Planned Parenthood and the American Civil Liberties Union, squared off in a Tallahassee courtroom, arguing the law Florida House Bill 5 violates a right to privacy enshrined in the state constitution.
The state of Florida already has a ban on abortions after viability. That law is not being challenged in this case.
Florida's Supreme Court more than 30 years ago ruled, based on a privacy clause adopted by voters, it applied to abortion restrictions.
Under the Florida Supreme Court precedents in re TW, neither the interest in maternal health nor an interest in fetal life can support a ban on abortions before viability.
While the legal battle plays out, Florida's post-Roe future could include the new law signed by DeSantis, which would ban most abortions and would replace a previous law that allowed abortions until 24 weeks of pregnancy. The new 15-week ban does not make exceptions for cases of incest, rape, or human trafficking. It does, however, allow an abortion if it would save the life of or prevent serious injury to the pregnant mother.
We knew that that was likely going to be what was decided in that case. We knew that we were going to have to move forward and continue the legal battle on that.
At an event in Sanford, Governor DeSantis reacting.
To say that the state constitution mandates things like dismemberment abortions, I just don't think that's the proper interpretation. And so we'll appeal.
Democrats, meanwhile, celebrating the decision, writing, "Today's ruling is a small victory for reproductive rights in Florida, despite Ron DeSantis and Florida Republicans' relentless efforts to make abortion a crime with no exceptions for rape or incest, force women into dangerous situations, and throw their providers in jail." The law that Governor DeSantis signed also includes exceptions for fetal abnormalities that are discovered after 15 weeks. In these cases, 2 doctors would be required to sign off saying the baby will die shortly after birth before an abortion can happen. We're live in the Newsplex. Joe Rhodes, 7 News.